and keeping your coverage of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 8, episode 10. Dr. Jatia Hart Taylor with multiple homes is back
Multiple homes. Yes, I'm
joining
back
me.
in my other home recording. Beep, 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 beep. So I am, yes, ready to record. What an episode. We had some key moments in this one.
Yeah, some of the fans online haven't been feeling the last couple of episodes. And so a lot
Oh,
of the fans weren't necessarily feeling this episode. I didn't feel like a lot happened in this episode, but there were some great things that I enjoyed in this episode. One, we got all our favorite characters.
oh yes,
To
this was the multi-generational episode. So I appreciated that. You got to give some love. Like, come on, Dottie, Sheila, Raven. I mean, the girls was there, the moms was there. So you have to roll with the punches. Everything can't be throwing drinks in the face.
I mean, or roll with the punches, roll with the bags upside your head, cause Dottie don't play bop, right
Right,
upside your head if you back
right.
talking. But
So
I
first we start out with
but
some
wait,
news.
wait, wait, girl, wait. See, here you go, girl. Before we get into the episode, I gotta give you the tea on the current instanets. Okay, I be trying to send you tea all the stuff. So, a recent interview with Candiace, she reported this week that she feels like the ladies are trying to ice her out. And she feels like they want her off the show and they're icing her out. And we can see that we talk about this all the time. A death sentence on the housewife or any reality show is when your other castmates refuse to film with you. And so I sent you that interview of Candiace. What did you think, Jitsi?
I think it's her own fault. First of all, she iced herself out, as we saw in this episode, with her being picky and choosy. So I mean, I just don't think it's going well for her. So you started icing yourself, as we saw. I don't want to get too further. We could skip straight to the end for me.
Well,
But
I've listed. And then in other news, Carlos King sat down with Mia's new love interest. And I didn't get to see all of the interview. I just saw some of the clips. And one, they kept saying in the comments that Mia has a type because whatever the DJ's name is, he do look like Gordon a little bit, right? Like, Mia like her, a dark-skinned man. Listen, we love a dark-skinned king over here as well. But one of the major things was Carlos King kept asking this new boyfriend, what do you feel like, or how do you respond to the rumors that they say Mia is a gold digger? And, he tried to flip it and say she's a gold digger.
yeah, okay, great. We've heard that pun already. That was an old one. I mean, I don't think there's anything she's accustomed to a certain, life. And that's the circle she roll in, and clearly that's the people she meets. So,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I always feel like when people say like, "Oh, you're a gold digger," oh, because you got high standards. First of all, that's the problem with myself and other people. We don't set our standards too high. I just settle for a little wham bam shabam. I need to, so I do I'm not mad at somebody that sets their standards very high.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see there's anything wrong with that. That's just, how she lived in the circle she roll in. So whatever. I don't like the gold digger comment. I mean, you could have came up with something more original, but whatever, short notice. He's not a reality star. Whatever.
Well, listen, if you want to play fair, go to a carnival. Okay. If you want to play fair, in the words of Gordon, go to a carnival.
I'm still waiting for that line. And how dare they tease it and it hasn't come back out
Well,
yet.
I
So
kept
anything
telling
else from the
you.
internet that you watching that you want to talk about that has nothing to do with this actual episode, sir?
Well, I mean, I like to infuse all of the Potomac interviews. And Candace was on Watch What Happens Live with Phaedra. And they played a game with Bravo is Shady. They played a game because if you know, Phaedra is on Married to Medicine. And earlier in the season, they did this scene with Quad that was over dramatic and like just too much, where she rolls up out the casket.
Funeral?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they played a game of people that would rise up out I don't know, just essentially Phaedra guessing names of people in the Bravo TV casket. And mind you, they put Candy and Kenya in there. So it was just interesting. But Candace did a really good job. She really was on point with naming, giving Phaedra the clues. And we know Phaedra is on Peacock's Traders right now, killing it. So, shout out to our girl Phaedra. But anyway, listen, back to Potomac season 8, episode 10. Friendship is a mother. We kick off the episode with Karen and Raven getting tattoos in
I thought this
honor.
was super cute. They got a G for Georgia, which is Karen's mom, Raven's grandmother. And I thought it was so cute that they got the little gentle G's. I thought it was hilarious how much Karen was moving. That tattoo probably took all of 5 minutes. And the man was like, it took like 3 times as long as it should have.
Right, then it should have. It was the young man at the reception desk for me. I thought he was, he could tattoo me, even though he really wasn't a tattoo artist. And so again, we get to just see this, more involvement.
It was good for the camera.
I mean,
So,
listen,
camera loves him.
Call me the camera then. And then we get Candace and Dottie. They are Candace is planning a Mother's Day celebration. She feels like that's something that all the ladies have in common, whether they are a mother or they have a mother.
And Dottie Too Hottie comes with the hot questions. Who you inviting? Who coming? Love it. Dottie, like, we ain't got time. Yeah, them invitations from Paris. Who coming? Who you inviting?
Well, I wanted to ask you, who you think paying for this Mother's Day brunch?
Probably Dottie. Let's be honest. Okay. Dottie is probably paying for it, even though I did see the, big invitation and it said Candace Dillard Bassett. But it was a really nice event.
It really was.
Had a, scent booth. You could make your custom scents and stuff like that. So it was beautifully planned, which makes me think even more that Candace did not do it.
Mind you, we got one YouTube commenter on here. They be on your behind about your takes on Wendy and Candace, and you just fueling the fire. I thought it was really
fine. But you know what? They did flash back to the wedding, and her wedding was also very, very nice. I also think that was Dottie. Like,
we know that was
Dottie didn't do it, but I'm like,
Dottie She almost pulled the funding when Candace wanted her father to walk her down the aisle. Dottie wasn't for that, okay? Dottie said, get your dad to pay for it then.
Correct. Ring the bell for Dottie. I like Dottie.
Okay, we love Dottie, okay? We need Dottie on the season.
Dottie need to be at least like a friend of. What's up with that?
I would absolutely be here for it. Again, Dottie's asking all the questions that we need to know, and Candace says that she wants to invite Robyn, but given their awkwardness, she wants to sit down with her before she comes to the event. And she absolutely unequivocally is not inviting Giselle. But again, for me, it's like you talk about the ladies are trying to ice you out, but here you are icing Giselle out. And it's like, the one thing I be loving about the shows is even if y'all don't get along, invite them. And again, if the purpose of this is for mothers.
Right. So also, I also just think it's funny that she does end up inviting her, and then Robyn's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious because him and Hart and Robyn is unequivocally like, no. So, but we will circle back to that. Yeah. Because that is how this episode ends. But we talking and we go and we cut to Wendy talking about her new talk show, which is Zen Wendy's on Wednesdays with Wine. I think that was the name.
West. Okay.
Yes.
We see that Wendy has a new production company. Apparently, the production company that she was with, which was the lady that seemed to be coming up with all the ideas and giving Wendy all the things, kind of rightfully so, wanted 50% of the talk show. And Wendy said, absolutely not. And so she has gone with this other production company. And I have to say, I like the young man, the lady, they seem like, they seem like they could be.
The difference in this is that, the first lady was like adding to the creative value of what Wendy had, because Wendy got wigs, she got weed, she got everything, and she was trying to help narrow her. Whereas this new group, they just feel like, the AV production company from high school, like, we'll shoot whatever you want us to shoot. And here's Wendy with her weird ideas, North Korea, and then she gonna give relationship advice. And I'm like, those are two different shows for a reason.
But she also was like, we are missing, it's either political or entertainment. We need something that's like, I'm like, girl, have you ever heard of The View? Have you ever heard
Well,
of The
not only
Talk?
that, but all the daytime shows like Good Morning America actually does both. They
Have
will
you heard of
have
The
like
J
Taylor
Hud
Swift on
Show?
the plaza, and then they will talk about the war, and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, that's not missing. Actually, it's actually pretty well covered. But hey,
Claudette or Claudia from Housewives of Atlanta on Fox Soul with Funky Geneva, and
yes,
child with the drama with that too. Yeah,
you
like
know
so I'm
that
like,
is, he's a really good friend of mine. I
I
just wanted
know
to
that's
say
why I
that.
brought it up, sis,
Yes,
because
I've been
him and
following that.
they over there, they warring over there, and so it's like, yeah, Wendy, like she's coming up with this original idea. It's like, but again, I wouldn't be mind at a web-based show of like, I'll be interested in Wendy's opinion because say what you want about Wendy, and we feel how we feel. She is educated, and
She
I
is
have
very
seen her.
educated. I will never take that away from her. The girl knows the point. And I've seen her like, being a cable commentator. And so I think she's really good. I just don't know. Maybe she could be, what's that show that what's her name? Tamar got kicked off. Maybe,
Oh, yeah, with the
she'd
brat.
be that on that
Yeah.
one.
So
Yeah.
again, I would be
What is
interested
it? The
to
talk? The talk.
it's what is it called? It's that radio show. It's
I know, but she got thrown off the talk first.
oh, she
So
got
like
thrown off. Well, no, she got thrown off. Was it The Talk? No, it was
it
but
was the
my
talk.
no, The Talk is with Sharon Osbourne.
No, that's the view.
No, that's The View. The View is with Whoopi and all of them other people. The Talk was with Sherry Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood.
Let me go.
Tamar was
Let
on
me
The
go to this.
Real. It was
Look,
called The
I'll get
Real
back
with
to you. Let me see what
Adrian.
Google say.
Girl, I'm telling you, it's The Real with
Okay,
Adrian
you're
from
right.
3LW. Yes. And mind you, that show got canceled. So
I liked that
it was
one.
okay. I mean, I didn't, yeah, it was
I liked
it was
that
all
one
right
with Jeannie Mai.
with Jeannie. Yeah, man, her and Young
Jeezy.
Jeezy getting a divorce. So
Yes, I
anyway,
know. Okay, sorry.
so
We're
I like
coming
the
back.
fact
Coming
that
back.
Wendy is at least back on her talk show, other things storyline. So we'll see how that kind of sort of plays out. We also get to see NECA and her sister. NECA has
So love this. I would watch it, and I'm not gonna lie, I would watch a chat show that would at least to see what it's about. I'm at least interested to see what it's about, if it's gonna be good or a train wreck. And I do think she has definitely the intelligence to talk about all those topics. Her personal takes, ain't my takes, but I would turn in. But I love that NECA. Again, we were talking about how NECA coming with her own storyline. What's her storyline? Here come my sister. They got a sister song. They dancing, they singing. She got a new house to fill. All that. I love that. Like while Wendy is talking about the same old stuff over and over again and not moving, here come NECA with a sister and a great story. So I like that. I liked their little song. I liked her story. I mean, even though we have kind of heard this story before, it felt fresh. It felt really positive. So I liked that about NECA coming in and having a storyline away from Wendy.
yeah, I also even like how they were sprinkling in that NECA has a champagne line. I'm like, okay, you better get your
Yeah.
businesses. We see you, NECA. And so that was interesting to see NECA and her sister. Her sister is beautiful. We get a little backstory of NECA's father. He came to this country with nothing. He worked his way up to being
An interventional cardiologist.
thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Okay.
Yes.
And not Wendy, NECA's sister is, I believe, is the sister a
Yes.
doctor too?
She's
Okay,
also a
yeah.
physician.
So
Yes.
listen, NECA out here, we love to see an educated Black
Look,
African
fulfilling
family.
African dreams. Got one that's an
Yes.
attorney. Do they have another sibling that's an engineer? Because that's like the trifecta,
Well,
right?
they do have a brother. We did see the little photo that they showed. So I was like, NECA's sister, NECA and her sister are beautiful. I'm like, well, what the brother, what he look like? Let's see the
Look,
brother.
let's get
And
what the internet say about him. We'll have to
So we'll
come
have
back
to
to that.
check. Then we get this daughter's breakfast with Karen and Raven and Giselle and Grace. I love how when Raven and Karen were getting their G's, I loved how Raven showed a little hesitation, like, I don't really bang with Giselle like this after all these years. And again, Karen is sticking to her and Giselle's truths that they keep bringing up every episode. It's like, we've been through it all, but it's really good for us to be
They said that
friends.
they're in a good place. They don't say that they're friends. And I can vibe with that because you do want both of them taping. They're both funny. They can agree to disagree and not come from each other's necks. And they were actual friends. And I love to see this little, sprinkling of Black girl magic. Raven is out on her own, graduated from college, and now Grace is going on to college. And I love to see that they can get together and talk about it.
Yeah, I think one of the things Grace said was that, like, when she was leaving for college, she was so emotional. And I can remember me, I didn't go far for college, but I remember the day I was moving
How
in,
far?
and
How many miles did you go?
about 10.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Well,
I stayed.
it's still really scary. It doesn't
Listen,
matter how
it
far.
was. I remember, like, all my brothers helped me pack up and we were headed down to Temple University. And I remember I was like busting out crying. I just felt like, not that I was like sad that I was leaving home, but it really did feel like a new chapter I was embarking on. And so I loved when Raven was like, girl, I mean, I thought I was going to be sad. And then when I got there, I was like, "Phew, deuces, I'm ready to live my life." And so I'm excited for Grace to, I don't know I don't think she's going to FAMU.
Oh, she is.
Oh, she is going to FAMU. Oh, so Alora, Dr. Heavenly Daughter, and Grace is going to FAMU. Okay. We love
Yes.
the HBCUs coming
Hey,
up.
so I went to school in Tallahassee, shout out, graduated from the FAMU FSU College of Engineering. So I remember my time in Tallahassee very fondly. So she should have big fun. It's the HBCU. It's got lots of activities, lots of groups. We should see Grace like on an AKA line pretty soon because Mama Legacy, Mama
Yeah.
AKA, I think. That's
Giselle
fun.
is AKA, yep, Pink and Green. Shout out to Tasha, our girl Tasha.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. And so then Karen and Giselle also go about how they became friends in the Jack and Jill organization. So, we love to just see the black family legacies and amazing
Yes.
things going
The
on.
Black community organizations holding each other down and doing all those things. So love the shout out to talking about HBCUs and also talking about Jack and Jill, which is a Black family organization. All of that. That was very nice. And then we still are jumping in. We jump in from mamas here to mamas there. It was the mama. Everything was mother this, mother that. So next we see our other favorite mommy, Sheila, Miss Sheila.
We see
And they,
Sheila.
yes, they are, Ashley and Miss Sheila are talking about, basically they are talking about how that she's coming to her own as a mother. We get some very cute throwback pictures of Ashley when she was little, which is funny. She still had a big old head,
Mm,
even when she was little, but just her coming into her own motherhood. And we see them getting ready for the brunch.
yeah.
Sheila's trying to steal all the glam team. She's,
Okay. She says, "You coming with me. You coming with me."
yes.
Listen, we love a good Sheila. We also get a little quick break with Robyn and Juan and Corey and Carter. They're getting stretched out. And again, mind you, I just think that Robin's kids, they're gonna be some heartbreakers when they grow up. Like they're gonna be, they're just like little wands, but look like Robin. And I just love their little banter as a family and just they're funny. But again, really the point of this scene was that Robin was like, Candace reached out to me, but I ain't feel like meeting up with her just yet. So I ain't going to no fake Mother's Day brunch, which also was interesting because Juan was like, well, that was nice of Candace.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and point out the shady editing. Because they're having a nice conversation, and then Bravo wants to point out that what Juan is asleep. So I was like, shade, 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 and shade. He was trying to be involved, but everybody got to get some. You got to get some shut eye every now and then. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
So kudos to Bravo, keeping it shady.
So we start arriving at the event. Karen is there first. Karen's got the bust down. She looking good. Karen looks great. Mia arrives. We kind of see that Mia and her mom are not at a good place. She doesn't say that they're not at a good place, but when Karen asks Mia, where your mom at? She had to work. And we know what work means. Mia's mom is the nanny for her other sister. Mia goes into a lot of things of saying, like, her mom and sister do all the things together. And, Mia really feels like she is left out. What makes me kind of feel a little bad for Mia. However, just like with the Jacqueline situation, I really would like to hear her sister's take on it because not that I don't love my Mia, not that I don't believe my Mia, but I know that sometimes she
embellishes
embellishes.
and doesn't like basically get to the truth. She leaves some parts out or can't remember, misremembers. I'll give her that. She misremembers some parts of it, but you can tell that she wants to spend more time with her mom. So that's a little bit sad to just hear her, lament that her mom isn't here.
Right. Now, I just want to know, like, is it that you want to spend more time with your mom, or is it that you want your mom's nanny services? It's really what I would like to know.
You know, I hope it's that she wants her mom, spend some time with her mom. I mean, she looked like she got a nanny. So just saying, I don't know.
Wow.
G can watch them.
Well, I mean, G do what he can do. So here was the thing that's like pissed me off right off the bat. And I don't know if it's editing or if maybe I am agreeing with the NECA's storyline about Wendy. So Wendy is not making it to Candace's Mother's Day brunch because she's written a book about her mother. And she, I guess, happened to have a Mother's Day book signing at the Uncle Bobby's Michael Lamont Jr.'s bookstore here in Philadelphia. That's like 15 minutes away from my house. So Wendy cannot attend because she has signed she doing a book tour, I guess. Now,
So again, this is a girl. I need you to focus. This is the first thing we done heard about this whole book you done read. Like, I don't want to hate on Wendy. I want to be on Wendy's side because I see so many similarities. But it's like, girl, you just all over the place. You can't do all of these things. Like, so yeah.
yeah. For me, it was just like now I believe she had a book deal. I believe she had to do something in Philly. We seen the photo. But I mean, the coincidence of this Mother's Day brunch and a huge topic of conversation has been your mother and the witchcraftery or witchcraftery knots or the shrines. And so like
And not only that, but you could have like you could have tied that into the book thing. I'm sure Candace would have let you do that. You probably would have got more promotion than going to Uncle Bobby's. No shade to Uncle Bobby, but Uncle Bobby can wait. And also, I mean that this is your main job. Let's be honest. This is your main job, girl.
yeah. So it just was, again, I believe she has something to do, but the irony that, like, wow, like, your mom won't be here with all the people that will be here, like Mia, who we will know asks the questions. You got something to do. So, okay, little like,
A
okay.
little suspicious.
And here's what annoyed me a little bit about NECA. Of course, the second NECA walks in, Candace is on the phone with Wendy and congratulating Wendy. And my thing is, NECA, why are you standing there? Like, when you see her on the phone, go, like, walk away, come back and find her. I just like, that was a little awkward for me. And then when we were at the table, NECA's like, were you on the phone with Wendy? Is she coming? Like, girl, like, now, like, don't do too much, right? Like, you got enough but that for me made me feel like, all right, girl, you kind of like you doing a little too much.
I thought that was a little too much. But if you want to talk about somebody who's really doing too much, it was, what's her name? Jacqueline, who is meeting friends of friends and giving 2-hour dissertations, talks, with flowcharts and stuff like that, and tears, about what happened between her and Mia and everything she knows about Mia, which is given very, very desperate.
Yeah, and we get to see Sharice is there, and we know that Sharice and NECA tend to hang out a lot, and Sharice is just, the new people like her, and it seems like Sharice is filming scenes, but they're just cutting them out. But yeah, it looks like Jacqueline, Sharice, and NECA went out, and Jacqueline was just spilling all the tea. And again, Sharice was like, I didn't really like that because I just feel like if someone's never met somebody, why are you telling them all this information? It seems a little sus. But also, what you say in the moment though, Sharice, because what people say, don't tell me what somebody said about me when I'm not there. Tell me what you said when I wasn't there.
I'm sure they was just laughing it up. They say sound like NECA had a big bar tab to close out at the end of these 2 hours. So nobody wasn't like, you know what? Maybe you should deal with this on your own time. They was like, tell me more, and lip it, swirling drinks and like, girl, what else? What else? So
because we know if NECA's on next season and something goes awry with Mia, she gonna need all the ammunition that she'll need. So I'm sure NECA will listen and listen and listen. And so the ladies at the brunch, they cute little brunch, cute little get together. All the ladies are there, and then Candiace wants to make a special moment. Because listen, the Deep Sea Deluxe album is out, and my girl Candiace, she may not be recording new music. She might not have
but she
gone
gonna
on tour just yet.
recycle, honey. She's gonna recycle the music she got.
So
Okay.
she sung her song "Win" off of her debut album Deep Space. And mind you, "Win" is a good song. I support my girl Candiace's music. "Win" is a good song. It just was, in my opinion, a little
Inappropriate and self-promoting.
I mean, yeah, but it just was kind of like, all right, how does this fit in? Like, we just had brunch. Now we just get up and watch you sing, and that's it. So, I mean, that was a little like, I don't know. I just wish she would have infused it a little bit more into somehow.
Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe she did tell a backstory about, I wrote this when I was thinking about becoming a mother or the moment my mother birthed me. I don't know. Maybe we missed that backstory.
Well,
And
she did say that the song "Win" off of her debut album Deep Space is about somebody like conquering and like doing what you need to do and overcoming and winning. And she was saying that she would feel as though this is what any mother would want for their child. So that's how she kind of like roped us in. But it just was a little.
it was a little thin. It was a little thin on that. It was a little thin on linking all of that together. So I'll just say that. It was
So
thin for me.
yeah. And then dun 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 dun. Robyn and Candiace meet at a coffee shop on the streets of Potomac.
The main event.
And again, I was hoping that they would get to some resolution, right? Because I really do like the Candiace and Robyn alliance. I like them working together. I like them friendships. But like for me,
it started off so well. It started off well. It was a nice, calm, cozy coffee shop. They ordered some croissants. They had, little, looks like chai lattes. And they settled in. Candiace opened up with, I want to listen to you. I thought that was great that she wanted to listen.
And then it was, explain to me why you're mad at me. And see, that's where it's like, girl, Candiace, like.
Well, that being said, she did explain why she was mad at you. Because you drug her through the here and back. And I love that she had examples. She was like social media, television, radio, blogs. She like listed visual media, recording media. You wrote a rap song about me. You did a lyrical dance about me and Juan Problems. And then you wrote a play, like, and turned it into a musical and then released it as a movie. Like, girl.
Then you released an embellished hat that had my husband's face on. Like, like it.
She had very specific points, I will say. And I think that unfortunately, Candiace started out, trying to be open and trying to receive, but then she just fell back into being very defensive.
This is where Candiace lost me, is that she said during whatever she went through with
Chris
and Giselle,
mm-hmm.
that the thing that gave her the most pause was Robyn coming to her defense. Like Robyn coming to her defense.
I was like, how does that make sense? So because that made it seem like you knew something was going to happen. I was like, that follows no logic.
That's when I was like, all right, Candiace, girl, like you're just trying to, like at this point, I'm like, you just attacked you're attacking Robyn because you're mad, and like it's giving you need a storyline beef because clearly you don't want to have it with Giselle. Giselle don't want no parts of you, and now it's like you just want like because girl, like that didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
And
And
Robyn,
now, like, this is the thing. You have realized that now you have pushed yourself off of Giselle. You have pushed yourself off of Robyn. And then you are kind of siding with Wendy, who has no events, who's hosting no events, and then her events half the people don't come to anyway. So you are really kind of icing yourself out. You know, like the only one you and the only kind of cool with is the Dom, who is in the good graces. So I feel like
and you
Wendy and
not trying to
yeah,
really pursue a friendship with NECA because of Wendy and like NECA over here with the other girls. So it's like, girl, this is chess, not checkers.
yes. So you have alienated one half of the group, and your homegirl Wendy that alienated the other half. So it's like, okay, you guys are trying to support each other. Y'all are not winning this. Like y'all, somebody need to give.
Yeah. And so Candiace and Robyn were unable to come to any sort of agreement. And again, I'm kind of sort of with Robyn a little bit here because I can see Candiace's side, but you say all of this to say that like you care about Robyn and Robyn was your real friend. So it's like even if you felt as though that's what you thought was happening, you have Robyn who was your friend who you
Who came
cheer,
to you?
right? You know, and she is telling you that that's not the case and you still don't believe it.
And not only that, but even that aside from the Giselle thing, but the fact that she is telling you that you sat up there and dragged her relationship, you kept harping on it, you kept harping on it, and then what can't you understand?
Right.
Nobody else was talking about it as much as you were.
And she said, like, girl, say what you want about me, but I'm not about to disrespect my husband. I'm about to not throw him under the bus. And you, of all people, should understand that. And so it's like, it just seems like Candiace is like, I got attacked, so you have to get attacked. Like, it's like, it don't work that way. Like, I get it. What you feel about in that situation, you felt like you were unjustly attacked. So it's like, so what do you do in retaliation? You do the very same unjust attacking? Like, girl, make it make sense. And
Right.
it's like,
Like
you
if
know,
it's
I
your
love you.
friend, you ain't supposed, even if you know your friend a hoe ass or her, excuse me, or her husband a hoe ass or whatever, you supposed to at least stay neutral for your friend. Like, at least you could be like, you ain't got
Listen,
to spill your guts.
I came to Chicago to hang out with my good sister Tia. Okay. All I wanted to do was eat and all I wanted to do was drink and eat some Bojangles. Okay. Tia, like, you know, my husband
Harold,
wants you to cook, so you gotta call. Girl, I don't want to call him. I want to go get the Bojangles. But
the
what do?
Harold.
Harold's. Okay. I won't call him. I go upstairs, take a bath, hoping Jatia take her medicine and she go to sleep. I come back downstairs, Jatia like, you gonna call Graham or not? I'm like,
Look, we both can't get in trouble. I mean, we still got the Harold, but we also called him and made, you got to
you
hold
know,
your
you
hand.
gotta do what you gotta do. You my friend.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Her husband all the way on the other side of the country. He told me, check the couscous. I'm watching the couscous, Graham.
Because my husband was invested in my healthy eating. So, we ate junk one day, and then we could honestly say we made the healthy food and ate it, after we ate the Harold's.
Okay, listen, we tore it up. Okay.
You got, you hold your friends down.
You gotta hold your
So
friends down.
you
So
hold your
yeah, it's
friends
just like you're not holding her down, Candiace. But again, I hope that this is just the cliffhanger that they are leaving us off on because I really do hope that for one, because I do like Candiace and Robyn, like I do like their friendship, and for the sinking of this ship, right? Like we need some more alliances. Like we need, like, all right, Karen and Giselle, y'all are friends now. Next season, I'm gonna need y'all to get it on and popping. Okay.
right. But
We
who's
had
gonna be
one good
left? They're gonna
season
have to, ain't nobody gonna be recording with nobody. So we need somebody to suck it up.
and we
So
need some
again, like
drama.
I said, I want Wendy as much as I, do not agree with the tack that Wendy and Candiace take sometimes, not writ large, because I think Wendy is fascinating as a person. I think Candiace is super cute, serves the looks, fantastic event she put on. So
What about
I
her
think she
singing
has.
ability?
Mhm. I think she has, so I think they all have their place on the show, but y'all got to like work some things out, really.
Yeah. And then at the Mother's Day brunch, Siri County comes up. And I guess Karen is hinting at she's about to okay, because listen, one thing the grand dame gonna do is she gonna love on Ray. She gonna give you body yaddy yaddy and some bust down wigs, look amazing. She gonna promote her Ladam products, okay, that
Look,
Bloomingdale's been picked up
look,
for 5 years. Then just
tick,
ask her
tick,
to take them
tick.
on the blooms, okay? And she gonna take you to Siri County.
Look, she you know what she's about. This is what I'm saying that Wendy could take a lesson in, because like you know what she's gonna talk about. Ray, she love her some Ray. She don't care. Got the perfume, like just like you said, tick 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 tick. That's what Wendy need to get. Tick 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 tick. And I'm rooting for Wendy to get that together. Maybe her talk show is going to be bomb, but what we get in the clip for next week is that it's a rig trip. She says she's gonna put all the names in the pot, but what she told her Ray, and you know she telling Ray the truth because she don't lie to her Ray baby, is that she put the names she wanted in the pot and then drew from there. And it looks like who made the cut? It was Giselle, Wendy, Candiace, and Ashley.
No,
and then we also see NECA too.
So there was NECA. I don't think Candiace made the trip. I think it might have been Ashley. I think Candiace got left off of this one. But I'm not sure. We'll have to wait when we see. But also, the reason Karen says she didn't want to bring all the girls to Surrey County is because, okay, that's insurance liability.
Look, y'all ain't gonna be messing up. Look, her ancestors kept that land in the family. And what is not gonna happen is y'all raggedy chicks ain't gonna make her lose her land, okay?
Y'all not gonna have Karen lose her job as the what is she? The social media
as the ambassador.
Ambassador.
To Surrey County, okay?
That
Surrey she takes County. That very seriously. Surrey is associated with social graces and class, and you guys will not ruin it, okay?
You ain't gonna ruin her bed and breakfast deal, okay? So that's really the episode. Not a lot happened. I felt like we could have got a little bit more to Candiace, Robyn, and but we'll see next week. It looks like NECA and Wendy have a head-to-head battle in Surrey County, so we'll see if we can get anywhere with that. But we wanted to come here and make sure we gave you your Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes.
Season 8, episode 10 recap. We'll be back next week covering episode 11. Anything you want to leave us on, Jatia, before we're out?
No, I am so glad to be back here. Last week we had our friend Big D on, and he was fabulous, and he gave us the hot takes for everybody who we talking about. We be hating on Candiace and Wendy. He held up the flag for Candiace and Wendy. I'd love to hear your comments. Are we still Candiace and Wendy fans? Are we still standing them and agreeing with everything, even though they're wrong? And you are too. Tell us.
You know what? Listen. Okay, she might be my friend, but listen, I'm defending Candiace and Wendy, but maybe that's a part of the plot. That's a part of the plot that make me guilty if I defend them. But listen, we thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week covering episode 11. Bye. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack? You better hurry right back, though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.